Let's go to London now and catch up with former Foreign Minister Alexander Downer. Good to talk to you again, Alexander. The big news, no doubt in the UK this week, but all around the world, has been that cancer diagnosis for King Charles III, that troubling news. We had the flight back into London and a quick visit from Prince Harry. And today, before I get your thoughts on this, I'll just show that Prince William has spoken publicly for the first time about his father.
I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you also for the kind messages of support for Katherine and for my father, especially in recent days. It means a great deal to us all. It's fair to say the past few weeks have had a rather medical focus, so I thought I'd come to an air ambulance function to get away from it all.
Yeah, Alexander, typical British stoic humour there, but there must be a great worry about the King in the UK.
Yes, I think people were a bit shocked about it all because there'd been the operation the King had had for the enlarged prostate, and there was a statement which made it perfectly clear this was not associated with cancer, with prostate cancer, and then suddenly this announcement. So people have been a bit shocked, particularly when you consider the longevity and the good health that both of his parents enjoyed. So if people have been a bit worried about it, but it's said the cancer has been caught at an early stage, so he should be all right with treatment.
Now, what about the significance of Prince Harry coming back? I mean, obviously the bracing news about the cancer diagnosis would have precipitated that, but undoubtedly I would have thought most Brits would be glad to see that. If it does trigger some sort of a reconciliation, then surely that's a good thing.
I think there are two things about that. Well, first of all, it's a good thing. But secondly, I think people are a bit over Prince Harry and the psychodrama that goes with Harry and Meghan. I mean, there's always another element to this story, and people don't focus much on it any longer. I mean, I noticed Prince Harry only spent half an hour, according to the media, spent half an hour with his father. Maybe he'll be catching up with him again while he's here. But who knows? But naturally, the members of the royal family themselves have pretty much had enough of Harry's shenanigans.
Yeah, and just when we listen to what Prince William had to say there, of course, a reminder that we still don't know what was wrong with his wife, Katherine, so a health cloud over her, and no doubt everybody hoping that she makes a full recovery as well.
Yeah, I mean, she seems to be recovering. She's out of hospital, and the operation seems to have gone well. Yeah, you're right, though. The media have not been, therefore the public have not been given any details of what her operation exactly was. There's all sorts of speculation about it, and likewise with the King's cancer, there's no information about what sort of cancer it is.
All right, on to political matters in the UK, and I've got to get your thoughts on a historic development where, because of all sorts of machinations being sorted out, the new First Minister in Northern Ireland has been able to take office, and that is Michelle O'Neill from Sinn Féin, the first time a Republican has held that position, power sharing with the Unionists, of course, but here's what she had to say.
The days of second-class citizenship are long gone, and today confirms that they will never come back. As an Irish Republican, I pledge cooperation and genuine honest effort with all those colleagues of a Unionist tradition who cherish the Union.
Your thoughts on the historical significance of this and the prospects, Alexander?
Well, it's good that the government has got back together again. It's been 2 years since Northern Ireland has had the equivalent of a state government, so it's just been run by public servants and some decision-making from London. So that's number one. That's a very good thing. That will help ease tensions in Northern Ireland. But secondly, I don't think Northern Ireland is about to separate from the rest of the United Kingdom. I don't think that's the meaning of this. I think the public still pretty much want to remain part of the UK. But you're right. I mean, what is really good about this is getting the two sides together and forming this power-sharing government so they can concentrate on health and transport and all of the other domestic issues that the public expect them to focus on, rather than Northern Ireland being riven over Republican versus Unionist sentiment, which has caused so much violence over the years.
Yeah, tragically. And I think Michelle O'Neill is very keen to point out that there's no sort of revolution here, that it's not going to lead in the path that you're suggesting. And you and I have discussed this issue over many, many years, and we'll come back to it again, Alexander. Thanks so much for joining us.